What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Married to Reality. I'm your co-host, John, here with my wife and co-host. She, too, suggested we combine something on our wedding day, but it wasn't sand. It was a lot dirtier than that. It's the one and only Teresa.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? And that's very true.
You were like, we should get this going. We should put our bodies together.
I mean, we combine all the time, so.
I know. I'm just saying.
Love it.
I was equating what we combined on our wedding day to what Eva Muhammad combined on their wedding day. Both works of art.
I was going to say I loved what we combined.
Both works of art, yes.
Sure. I loved what they combined. And I love that they brought a little something into the wedding ceremony. And I'm not sure if this is a Native American thing. I probably should have researched. I didn't. Classic me, right? But it's beautiful. I think it's something different. And this especially is really cool. And it's almost like you get something out of the ceremony besides the I do's.
You get a souvenir.
Yeah, you get a souvenir.
Yeah.
And it's like you and I, we brought a little something into our ceremony. We did shots of this typical Czech brandy. And then you stepped on glass. You did mazel tov. So like, what's his name?
Ari and
Beanie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he poor Benny wanted to clean up right away. I get it. Like that would be me. But yeah, I love all these little tiny things you bring into the classic ceremony to make it your own. So even Mohammed, that was really cool.
Yeah, that's nothing I'd ever seen before. But
Same.
I loved the sentiment behind it, the sandiment behind it.
The
when
sandiment.
When the officiant was like, now you've combined your sands and your grains of sand have come together and be impossible to remove one from another. I love the idea of it because that's marriage.
Yeah.
Right? So beautiful all around. It looked beautiful. The idea of it was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it. Anyway, here we are to talk about episode 16
I can't believe that.
of 90 Day Fiancé. I think we have one more and then two tell-alls. It seems like.
Excited. I still can't believe that some people did not like this season. I thought this season.
What's going on?
And I feel like I can say it now because we're finishing. I think this season was great.
Yeah,
I
but
freaking enjoyed it.
most people disagree with us because we really liked, was it Happily Ever After with Brandon and Jovi?
No, that's happening now.
No, right after 90 Day.
Oh, you're right.
Right after 90 Day, like a year or so ago.
Yeah, you're right.
And we loved it. And then I remember we were talking to Mary Payne on Pink Shade, and she wasn't loving it.
Yeah.
And others didn't seem to love it. We did. And then I think the sentiment is the same here. Not everyone's loving this season. We're loving
But
it.
it's okay. I hope you guys love it. And if you don't love it, hopefully you love us talking about it.
Yeah, we try to make it as interesting as possible.
Listen, I'll tell you this. If I didn't love the seasons, I would not want to podcast about it.
I don't think we'd give up halfway through, though.
No, we wouldn't. But I don't know. I always find something I like. I do have a problem with Jenny and Summit because, come on, like enough is enough, right? Enough is enough. But other than that, like I truly enjoy this shit show.
If we drop one couple from the other way. What is it, Happily? If we drop one couple from Happily, it should be Jenny and Submit.
Well, and I would also drop Big Ed.
Yeah, and again, guys, we're debating whether or not to cover Big Ed and Liz. And our only real reason not to cover him is because he's not in an international couple.
Yeah, again, like we acknowledge of all the shit that he's done. Absolutely. We're not taking away from that. But as John said, why would we cover two Americans on an international dating show?
Yeah, I got it on the single life.
Yeah,
But this is 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After. This is not your 90 Day Fiancé.
Yeah.
So what are we doing here?
We're debating. We may I feel like we're just going to approach it in a way that if something happens, we'll chat about it. But I don't necessarily want to cover him because, again, they both speak perfect English.
Oh, that's a blessing to me. That's basically the only reason I want to cover them.
So if you have an American passport, you have no place to be on this show. If Liz was foreign, at least, maybe, but no. So we'll think about it. Who knows?
Let us know.
But we're not there yet.
We're not there.
We are here now. Season 9, episode 16.
Yes, we are here now. It is the first of the month. It is August 1st if you are listening to this on Monday. And that means it's the best time to join us on Patreon.
Can you believe it's August already?
I really
What
can't.
happened with the time?
I really can't. We had
I
a busy
feel like-
summer.
I feel like we just eat, sleep, podcast, repeat. Eat, sleep, travel, podcast, repeat. Eat, sleep, travel, clean, podcast, repeat.
You're not lying.
No, that's yeah.
We had
Literally not lying.
We had a very busy summer.
Very busy summer.
We are towards the end of it, but it is the first of the month, which means it's the best time to sign up for Patreon because if you guys know, you get signed up, you pay automatically when you sign up. You're charged automatically when you sign up, no matter what tier you join us at. Friends with Benefits, Cousins Club, Family Affair. You pay when you join, and then you just pay every month on the first of the month. That's that renewing payment. And so if you sign up on the first of the month, you're not going to have a renewing payment until the 1st of September. And then after that, the 1st of October.
Yeah.
So no matter when you sign up, your renewal is always the 1st. So if you signed up on July 31st, you would have to renew on August 1st. So that's why I'm saying the first of the month is the best time to sign up. And it's also a great time to sign up because we have a lot going on over there right now.
We do. We just dropped the bonus for the Family Affair.
Yeah, if you guys aren't familiar, we do Seeking Sister Wife for Cousins Club and Family Affair. Family Affair gets the the video version of that pod. But once a month, we do a bonus for Family Affair level
Yes.
friends, and we just dropped that.
Yes, and we're also gonna do random things, and we post fun stuff, and so that's all there.
I thought you were going to share what we covered on our bonus.
Oh yeah, so we covered the first episode of 90 Day UK.
Woo!
It was interesting,
It was confusing.
very confusing. Half of it broke my heart because of Sean, if you guys
Sean.
watched, right?
Sean.
And then John didn't understand the other half of it because our subtitles for some reason didn't work. And John never watched Harry Potter as I taught him to. So he doesn't understand British accents, right?
I guess not.
Me, I get it. Harry Potter, the In-Betweeners, all that kind of stuff.
But we had a lot to talk about. I think that episode was an hour and a half. So if you want to check that out, that's the Family Affair level on Patreon. It's an hour and a half of us recapping episode 1 of 90 Day UK. There's all the video of us doing Seeking Sister Wife. There's always the audio component as well if you just want to listen to it. There's random stuff we drop throughout the month. We did a Below Deck video pod for all of our
Yeah,
tiers. So
just for fun.
go check it out, patreon.com/married to reality. Again, now's the time to sign up if you're going to sign up. And if not, well, we respect that too. And we're glad you're listening to this podcast.
Yes.
So-
regardless, thank you for the support.
Yeah, thanks for the support, guys. And you can support us on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. Check us out over there. A lot of news, a lot of messaging going back and forth. You guys message us. Teresa responds. It's beautiful. So keep that coming.
And we might come back with some memes. As John said, it's been a wild summer since basically June. We did not stop. I feel like we're spinning in circles in a good way.
Yeah.
We're just being good way busy with work and travel and podcasting. So memes were kind of put on hold.
Yeah.
But we'll be back. But I see Instagram more of a, platform to talk to our friends and to tell them what's going on.
Sure.
Almost like a chit-chat / news channel.
Well, Discovery Plus TLC made it very hard to meme these past couple seasons because you can't screenshot
Oh, yeah.
anymore, which is a huge failure on their point. You would want everyone to be able to meme about the show because then it gets more viewers. But for some reason, if you guys have tried, you go to screenshot on your phone, your iPad, it's just a black screen.
Yes. And again, we're not trying to be a meme page. So our memes are just for fun.
Yeah.
When we come up with something and we share with you guys. But we are we are a podcast. We are a podcast who love to share news, love talking to you guys, and occasionally share a meme. So bear with us if you're here for the memes.
Yeah. And maybe something I should have talked to you before about was we usually go live at the end of the season finale. We go live on Instagram, and maybe
Yes.
we should do that, or maybe just a Patreon live, or
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Figure
We'll-
something out there.
Yeah, we'll see what our schedules look like, but we'll make it happen.
Oh, the other thing I wanted to say about Patreon is because we're going to wrap up Seeking Sister Wife over the next month, we're going to be covering something else on Patreon, just
Yes.
a Patreon exclusive. And all levels of Patreon can vote on that. And so if you join, you'll be able to vote and you'll have a say in what we cover next.
Yes.
So if Seeking Sister Wife isn't for you, if you want to jump on there, we're going to be putting up a poll in the next couple of weeks and send in your thoughts, and they might make it to the poll, and then we can all vote. You guys can vote, and we'll decide on what we cover next.
Absolutely.
But that's Patreon. That's Instagram. Make sure you're following the podcast wherever you're listening right now. So easy to do. You look down, you smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's as hot as Shaeeda's real dress. Because
All right.
the joke one was kind of hideous, right? But they need to stop doing all these freaking pranks.
Enough is enough.
Enough with the pranks.
Enough is enough.
Enough with the pranks.
Yeah, smash it like it's as hot as that dress. I guess I need to see it on. I'm someone who needs to see the
It
dress
looks
on.
I think it's a fitted dress and it's modest for her, but I think she was going for modest sexy, and I think you're just gonna hug her body, and I think it'll look nice.
All
It
right.
looked nice from what I've seen, unlike the first one.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
So-
you could tell that was just a burlap sack on a hanger, that first
Well,
one.
it was like a dress that maybe my grandma would wear in the 50s. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Not even that. My grandma was a little wild, but
All right. Hello. So smash it like it's as hot as that dress. And one last thing, if you haven't left a review, if you could do that, we love when you guys send in the reviews. It makes our day. It makes our weeks. And we have a review I would like to read.
let's do it.
Okay, this one comes to us from our friend Jax0306.
Hello.
Maybe a March 6th baby. Maybe a fellow March baby. I don't
Maybe
know.
a
I don't know what
fellow
0306
Pisces.
I don't know what 0306 is, but Jax0306 says, a new perspective, 5 stars.
Love it.
I discovered this pod through their hilarious collaboration with My Reality Gays. Well, there are reality gays too, okay, Jax? They're not just yours. We can share them.
Yeah, we love the reality
There's enough Maddie and Poodle to go around for all of us, I think.
I think so too. Yeah.
But she discovered us through the collab. I love getting the perspective of a couple, and Teresa is simply hilarious.
really?
All right, Jax, we're all entitled to our own opinions.
I'm not even trying.
Thank you. That's a beautiful review.
That's a beautiful review, and I love to hear when people say, "Hey, we found you through a collab," because we love these collabs, and we hope we can do more in the future with all our friends. So thank you,
Yeah.
and thank you for calling me hilarious, because that's
Oh, boy.
that's my middle name.
We're never gonna hear the end of that one. Thanks, Jax. All right.
Thank you.
Before we get into the episode, how about a little 90-day by the way?
Yes.
Couple quickies.
Okay.
All right, but I think they're good. I think they're interesting. Number 1, it appears Sinjin has found a new lady.
What?
Mm-hmm.
I thought they will get back together.
You thought Tanya and Sinjin would?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad they're not. I mean, who knows? They may find themselves back together.
I just thought that he was in single life, still attached to Tanya. So I thought that if he cannot even do that and find a lady, then how is he going to find a lady? You know what I'm saying?
No, but he seems to have found a lady, and I'm not going to say they made it Instagram official, but they basically made it Instagram official. They posted a photo of them kissing,
Oh.
along with a lot of other photos. Okay, it seems like they've been spending quite a lot of time together. I don't know much about her. Her Instagram is Shan Francisco,
Okay.
so I'm a fan of that play on words, but that's really it. That's all I know about her. Her Instagram is full of weed, tattoos, and piercings. So a bit of a rebel,
Okay, I like that.
if you will. She has 11.6 thousand Instagram followers. So I don't know if she got an influx of followers after the Sinjin announcement, but that's a lot to gain. I mean, when you go on 90 day, it takes you weeks just to
yeah,
get to a
I
few
think
thousand.
she's just cool, and
I
she
think-
picked up her own followers.
I think she's got a vibe. I think she might be some type of influencer.
Does she look anything like Tanya?
I don't think so. I don't think
Is
so.
she dark hair, blonde hair?
I'm going to say light brown, but I could be wrong. I forget.
I'll look her up.
You look her up at San Francisco. In related news, though, speaking of Tanya, There's rumor that she's busy filming the Single Life season 3 in Aruba.
Oh,
Yeah.
Aruba.
Jamaica. Ooh, I want to take
Wait,
ya.
Aruba and Jamaica are
No,
two
I'm
different places.
just singing a song.
Oh.
Okay, that's where you want to go.
I know which song you're
Way
singing.
down in Kokomo.
Aruba, Jamaica.
Ooh, I'm gonna take you to Bermuda, Bahama. Come on, baby. Our pretty mama. Key Largo. Anyway, that's a rumor. Okay, these are both kind of. I don't like to do much
But
rumor
those were
work,
two,
but
by the ways?
no, it's one.
Oh, okay.
A little bit of a 1 and a 1.2.
Nice.
A Sinjin update and a slight Tanya update.
Okay, I like it.
By the way, number 2, and thank you to our friend Maya for this story, because we do. Some of you guys, you message us, you call in with news stories, and not a flex, but most of the time I have seen the news already.
Yeah,
And
same.
we thank you for sharing.
Absolutely.
But here's the deal. If I found it first, I'm not going to give you credit. I didn't find this first, so thank you, Maya. Hot off the presses, Miona has launched her website and makeup line, MionaBeauty.com.
Oh, okay.
All right. So
I think I saw the message.
yeah, I think you did see the
And I think I replied to the
you
message.
If you didn't, you better. I think you did. So MionaBeauty.com, selling a couple things here. I don't think this is a fully blown out business model yet, but I think she's trying to latch on. She knows her season's coming to an end. She's thinking, while I'm still relevant, let me launch this site. And here's what you can get. For $49,
Oh, yeah, I have seen that.
you can be the proud owner of Miona's makeup brush kit. Okay? A high-quality 10-piece essential makeup brush kit. I combined all of my favorite makeup brushes into this kit. Everything you need in one place. $49. MionaBeauty.com. Is that good or is that bad?
So, yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. I replied to Maya. Thank you, Maya, for sharing this with us, because I also didn't know. But what she's selling on the website, and I might be wrong, but that looks like something she bought elsewhere and she's reselling.
Of course.
This is not something she developed. This is not something she's like, these are my favorite things combined into this product.
Of course.
Bullshit. You bought it somewhere for $10 and you're selling for $49 because you want to buy that nice Joshua Tree house, and Jibri said, your makeup line better take off soon.
Uh-huh. You notice
Right,
he
so-
plugged that too at the very end
Oh
of
yeah,
the season.
so she's trying. And listen, kudos for trying. I get it. You're trying to get out there, right? But yeah, try to come up with something of your own.
Oh, I think she did. I think this next thing is pretty. This
Really?
next thing's pretty original.
Okay.
But
But I know
first
what
tell
you're
me,
gonna say.
is $50 for 10 essential makeup brushes?
Yeah, that's
Is that
a
a
lot.
good deal?
That's a lot.
That's $5 a brush. That's
I
expensive.
honestly, I would rather get something from Sephora, which is gonna be the same amount, more or less.
and probably better quality.
And it's Sephora, right? I lost some of my brushes and I needed something quick, and so I bought something on Amazon. I think it was a set of 15 brushes for about $18, and they're
Oh.
great. So
All right, there you
with
go.
thousands of reviews.
Sorry, Miona, but we're just telling you how it is. All right, the other thing she's selling is, I think, pretty original. She's selling ponytails. Okay, also $49. I don't know if this is a special number to her, if it's her lucky number, but also $49. She's selling the Mimi, the dessert, or maybe desert. I'm a moron. And the flamingo.
So I get this, right? If these are quality ponytails and whatever she wears looks good, $48 seems like a good price. And again, I don't wear fake hair. Maybe I should, but yes. But for brushes,
I'm
that's
sure
too
it's
much.
the same hair. I'm sure she just snipped off some of the ponytail, stuck it in a makeup brush, and called it a day. Get a wholesale.
Again, she buys it somewhere. She
Yeah.
probably gets a deal. She resells it for more. I get it. But yeah, this could be more of like her thing, because she does wear all kinds of different ponies. And
Yes.
I don't think that I didn't even think those were her own hair. So
No, I don't think anyone
here is
thinks it is.
Here is the, what's the word?
I'm not sure.
Here is the, yes, those are not your hair.
Oh,
Assurance, reassurance.
yeah. Yeah. So there you go. MionaBeauty.com if you want to check it out. Pick up one, pick up all three, pick up the brushes. There you go.
Good. I mean, it's good to start somewhere, and let's see.
All right. Let's get into this episode.
I said one more thing. I think she would be better off opening her like a makeup studio because she is really good at makeup. Like she's really good at all the eyeshadows and all that shit. Like opening her actually a beauty salon and maybe franchise it eventually. Maybe sell all these things within her salon. I think she would be much better off eventually than just reselling things online. But hey, who am I to say?
Cancel Couture. Would that be the name of her
Why?
Because I think her makeup's a little problematic. We've
Well-
never gotten into the discussion because who are we to say?
I don't want to, but let's say I'm only gonna talk about her eyes, her eyeshadows, whatever she does, right?
Yeah, she looks like she knows what she's doing.
That's my point. And everyone has a different skin shade.
Yeah.
So if I went there, I said, hey, I want to have a smoky eye, keep it natural.
Yeah.
To my skin.
I would be
So-
scared of what you're going to look like when you walked out.
Long
of
story
Cancel
short, she
Couture.
knows what she's doing. So
Yeah. All right. Sunday night, 90 Day Fiancé, Season 9, Episode 16. Let's start with Bilal and Shaeeda.
let's do it. So we're home. Shaeeda is polishing Bilal's show house.
What do you mean?
She's like polishing stuff. Bilal's house looks like a show house.
Oh, it's his house.
Yeah, it is.
Everyone, guys, it's his house. Everyone wants to say it's
I
it's a
know, but it
staged
looks
house.
like a show house.
Oh, I know. But I'm just telling you, it is his house. He owns that house. His
And I'm
name is
saying-
on the tax records.
And I'm not taking that away from you. I'm saying Shaeeda is polishing Bilal's show house
As she should.
because
like a
they're
good
getting
wife.
married there, which
Yes.
is good.
Yeah,
I
save
think,
some money.
yeah, you can utilize your house.
Mm-hmm.
And especially if Bilal keeps it in such a great shape, right?
Yeah.
Why not? But Shaeeda's polishing. And Bilal is trying to do a TikTok dance with Zaina, but they do nothing.
TikTok.
I wanted to see something.
More like
Show us some
ticked off.
moves.
Yeah, that was. He softened for a second around his daughter, and I just wonder, how are these kids so sweet? Because he's a grade A jackass, and Zaina seems very sweet, very loving, very caring.
Well, I don't think he's a jackass to them. I think Bilal's just been hurt so much in the past. Probably some wives left him, right? So I
Probably.
think he just turned. Well, we know they did. I just think he turned into this. Okay, I'm successful. I'm powerful. I gotta show it a little more to gain some respect, so no one leaves me again.
Good luck
But
with
I don't
that.
think he's a bad dude. I just think he's an asshole. But he's not an asshole to his kids.
Okay. All right. So Nefertari, meanwhile, is upstairs and has a surprise for Shaeeda.
Ah!
Her wedding dress is ready. Just, Shaeeda, walk past the word art on the stairs. Close your eyes. Not so that you don't see the dress, but so you don't see that hideous word art on the stairs.
It's
Close your eyes.
everywhere. It's in the bathroom. It's on the stairs. It's on the bedroom. Oh my gosh.
Inspire, dream, believe.
Flush. In the bathroom.
What?
Like flush your toilet?
It says that? Real hilarious, Jax. These are the jokes you like? These are the jokes, Jax?
I think it's funny. I just don't think you follow me.
I
guys,
didn't get it.
Guys, I don't think John like gets
I didn't get
gets humor.
Anyways, Shaeeda walks up the stairs, eyes closed. She opens them and sees a Glad bag with lace on it, basically hanging there.
Yeah, it was bad. And she's like, this is not the style I sent you. This is hideous.
This isn't really what I was thinking.
But she kind of kept it cool because she thought that might be Bilal's mom's dress or something. She's like, I want to look modestly sexy on my wedding day. And so Nefertari is like, okay, well, I'm a designer. I know better what my clients want.
Nefertari's business model is the opposite of every other business owner's business model, which is usually the customer is always right. And
Yes.
Nefertari is like, sometimes the customer isn't right. So I do what I think is best.
Yes.
I
and-
freestyle a little bit. And, I know you want it a little more form-fitting, but I thought the bigger the better.
So Shaeeda's like freaking out. And Nefertari's like, you know what? Let me bring the belt. It's gonna
No, she
make
said
it
the
look
veil.
great.
The veil.
I thought she said the belt.
No, she said the veil. I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the belt. You gonna go with the veil? Okay, cool. I guess it makes more sense. So let's go with John's version because I feel like he might be probably right. So he's gonna bring the veil. She's gonna bring the veil.
Give me a second. Hang right there. I know you're not in the mood, but close your eyes one more time. Close your eyes just one more time.
And Shaeeda's just closing her eyes. She's about to puke. And Nefertari comes back with a beautiful dress.
Yeah. What a hilarious prank.
It's a gotcha.
This is so stupid for so many reasons. One, enough is enough with the pranks. Two, if Nefertari really did that and just went with her taste or what she wanted to see in a dress instead of the customers, it's terrible for business. Why would she ever put that on television, advertise, come to my dress shop and you won't get what you want, you'll get what I want.
Well, it was a prank. I wonder if Bilal put her up for it. If he was like, hey, before you show Shaeeda the dress, like, do you mind like pranking her so like she really understands that our family are just a couple of pranksters?
Here's my issue with the pranks.
I hate it.
They're all tied back to something that holds sentimental value. And
What do
so
you mean? Oh, okay.
the house prank,
Yeah.
this dress was, I think, a family heirloom because Nefertari was like, oh yeah, this does have some sentimental value.
Oh.
You're setting Shaeeda up to look like a complete asshole
Oh, yeah.
because you're doing this prank. You know it's shitty. That's why it's part of the prank. That you didn't bring a dress you actually like. That wouldn't be a prank. You brought a dress that you knew she wouldn't like, but it has sentimental value. And so you're setting her up to look like an asshole when she tells you her honest opinion. It drives me nuts.
Yeah, I agree. But Shaeeda loves her actual dress. It looks very pretty.
Yes, it's what she wanted. It's what she asked for.
What she showed Nefertari. So kudos to Nefertari.
Job well
Not
done.
kudos for those stupid pranks.
Not kudos for the prank.
But we'll see next day. Shaeeda is going to the nail salon with her sisters.
Tia and Nisa.
Yes, who are visiting from New York where they are for studies.
Yeah, I think
that's
they go
literally
to,
what she said.
It seems like they go to school in New York. And so
Yes.
she was able to have her sisters come to town for the wedding. The rest of the family can't make it because the borders are closed again in Trinidad. So it's sad, but at least she can have a couple family members
Yes.
there.
So Tia met Bilal before, but not Nisa.
Okay.
So-
I didn't write that down. I was too busy writing veil down.
So Nisa says, like, are you sure about this? Like, I've met some American men and they're all very cocky. Like, are you sure?
This is insanity. Like, she literally goes, I talked to one or two American men. They're very cocky. Maybe talk to more than two people then before you generalize an entire country.
Plus, don't you have classmates in school? I'm sure you talk to more than one or two people.
I don't know. I wonder if it's virtual classrooms and you're just at home studying.
So why aren't you in your country?
I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just saying, she said you spoke to two people. She said I spoke to two people. And I'm saying maybe you should get a better pool before you start making judgments on an entire country.
Yeah, and then kind of they talk about a prenup, classic prenup. They say they don't really do prenups in her country, which we don't really do prenups in Czech. Like, I've never heard of a prenup until I moved to the US and started watching movies and shows, and I had to Google what a prenup is, right?
Yeah.
I know it does exist in Czech, but I literally don't know anyone who would even consider that. Like, no one ever brought it up, right? So they feel the same. They don't do prenups, and that just seems very much like Bilal doesn't trust Shaeeda, which we know there is more to it. We know there is more. There are the kids involved. So it does make sense, but then you have to help me out because Tia kind of said she wants to play the gold digger as a joke.
Yeah.
No more jokes, people.
Well, she's getting
Stop with the jokes.
She's getting back at them. Yeah, she wants to play Kanye West Gold Digger, which I guess is poking fun at Bilal's thought of Shaeeda that she might be a gold digger because no one else really thinks Shaeeda is a gold digger.
No.
So Bilal could be the only one, I guess. And so they're playing the song to be like, oh, is this what you think of my sister? I don't know.
No more jokes, people.
It wasn't funny. Did you see Shaeeda's sister's sweatshirt?
Which one? The beige one or the dark one?
I forget which color it was, but I think she borrowed it from Bilal's closet because it said, be your own reason to smile.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah. Actually, if it was Bilal's, it would say, I'm the reason you smile. So maybe she didn't borrow, but I was like, all right,
They love motivational quotes.
Enough with
These
the
people
word.
love motivational quotes.
Word shirts. Yeah. That's really it.
Yeah, I think they'll tie the knot next time. I mean, they have to. TikTok.
I mean, they
TikTok.
could go home. Shaeeda could go home. I don't think she's going to.
I don't think she's going to.
I don't think she's going to. I think she's going to infuriate us all by marrying Bilal.
I honestly think that they'll make it work. I really think they will make it work. I don't see them getting a divorce.
But
Bilal needs to chill with the jokes. He needs to just chill in general and just be less of an asshole.
All right. Good
right.
words of advice.
Thais and Patrick.
3 days to wed.
We see them in Miami. They are going to a yacht party, which I wish we were invited to. Am I right?
Yeah.
Patrick's friends are throwing a party for him, and these friends are they're in the same industry. Correct me if I'm wrong.
You're right. They don't seem like they're in the same age bracket as him.
No,
but
but
same industry.
they seem like they're loaded with money.
I tried to look up this yacht because it said the name of it on the back, and I forget what it was, but it was shots or something to do with drinking, I think. And I found one that looked very similar, named the same. It's like $17,000 to rent. I'm not sure if that was
That's a lot.
They are very expensive.
That's very expensive.
Very expensive. So they're going out for this beautiful day on the water. But Thais is such a party pooper, saying, I'm traveling too much. All I do is travel.
Let's not forget that they're getting picked up in a limo. That's why I'm saying these friends must be loaded.
Yeah. Well, limos aren't that expensive. The yacht is what the expensive
Yeah, but
part
like
is.
a yacht and a limo.
A limo, you could find the limo money in your couch compared to how much that yacht costs. The limo could be $200.
Yeah, I've rented a limo before. Come
Yeah,
on.
it could be $200. It's
Yeah.
not that much. It's
No.
basically the same price as an Uber when there's surge prices. So
True, but what I'm saying is like, this is a fancy, fancy day on the water.
definitely, I just want to talk about Thais complaining about how much she's getting to experience. You're in America and she's complaining, oh, we went to Vegas, then we went to Boston, now we're in Miami. It's like, first of all, you're in a new country, go explore it. Second of all, I would understand maybe if you had a job or kids and you're tired and you have other responsibilities. She has nothing to do and she's complaining about getting to do something.
True, but not everyone is used to traveling. And you and I travel a lot. We love it, we enjoy it, we travel for fun, we travel for work, and it's great, right? Not everyone does this. I think most people don't travel like that. And she said it, she's like, I spend most of my life in my town.
Yeah.
This might be a lot for her.
She just seems like,
Traveling, moving, traveling all over, getting married.
she seems like the type of person who would enjoy going to Vegas, who would
She
enjoy
does.
going to Miami and getting on a yacht. But she's a stick in the mud, and she's just, nah, this is too much. So
Well-
you're doing nothing. You're packing a suitcase and getting on a plane and then living your best life.
True. I totally agree, but I think she's still unsure. I think she loves Patrick, as she says. She wants to marry Patrick, but there is still her dad in her head. And I have a lot to say about her dad. Speaking of an asshole.
Yeah. Do you want to? We have to talk a little bit about
Well,
the boat.
I know, and we'll get there, but I have a lot to say. But let's be on the yacht. Thais is saying, well, I really wanted to vent. I wanted to talk to someone. I couldn't really do it with Patrick's sister or mom.
Yeah.
So she feels like Tammy, Patrick's friend, is the person to vent to. And so she does, right? She's like, I'm not having fun. I don't know if I even want to marry Patrick because my dad doesn't approve. I'm trying to figure it out. I respect my dad, right? Meanwhile, and I felt bad. You look at Patrick. He's living his best life in the water. There is a water slide, right? He's just hanging out with his friends. And Thais is telling Tammy that she doesn't even know if she wants to marry him.
It's ridiculous to me. We're 3 days away from a wedding and you haven't, I guess, made up your mind, then go home. Go home. And if I was Patrick, I wouldn't want to marry someone who was unsure 3 days before the wedding.
He doesn't know that she's unsure, right? So, and that's basically what Tammy
she
says.
He does. Yes.
Well, not to this extent. I don't think he thinks that she's still thinking about it.
The last episode we saw after she just talked to her dad, she filled Patrick in and was like, yeah, he wants me to come home. I don't know what to do. I miss my family. I miss my country. He knows that she's unsure of what to do.
Yeah, but he doesn't think that she's actually considering this. I think he thinks that, yeah, she's sad, but she'll get over it. It'll be fine, right? But that's whatever you said is what Tammy said. Tammy says, if you want to break it off, you got to break it off now because you're getting married soon and you're going to break his heart. So if you have any crazy intentions, don't. And just tell him and go home.
Yeah. Yeah. The other thing she says, which is wise, is tell your dad that you're an adult and you're going to marry Patrick because you love him.
Absolutely. Also, there might be more flights from Miami to Brazil than from Orlando.
Okay.
Just a suggestion.
So cut to nighttime. Patrick and Thais, they're out for dinner. A little one-on-one time before the wedding so that they can talk. And Thais, again, with this whole, you told me you'd change. It's almost wedding day. It didn't happen. You're still doing things without asking me. What? What is he doing that is so awful that
Nothing.
she's willing to end a relationship of this significance? Because what? He booked a day out on a yacht with his friends, and I don't even think he did. Patrick said they put it together as a wedding gift. So what, are you going to turn down a wedding gift?
Yeah.
Patrick's like, you don't have to say yes. If you don't want to do things with me, you can go alone and do your own thing. And Thais is like, well, as a couple, we need to decide things together.
Which is true.
Which is true, but you don't need to decide every little thing together. I don't think. I think you can still have the element of surprise. I think you're still allowed to have some independence. I think, yeah, on big things, you should sit down and talk, like, where are we going to live? If Patrick, and I guess kind of Patrick did just say we're moving from Austin to Dallas. But things like that, you should sit down and talk about. If Patrick's just like, hey, Thais, guess what? We're moving to Montana.
I would love that.
That's ridiculous. But if he's like, hey, guess what, Thais? My friends are giving us a day out on the water as a wedding gift. Well, I would put a smile and a bathing suit on and go enjoy it.
True. I don't think he just does things without telling her, but I think he's just like, hey, we got to go up to Massachusetts to visit my mom. I'll make the arrangements because she doesn't know, right? So he probably books the plane tickets and all that because he has the money.
Yeah.
And he knows. And then she's like, yeah, he doesn't discuss anything with me. Because, I don't know.
There's certain things that, again, don't need to be discussed. If he wants to introduce you to his family before you get married, that should just happen. You should just be able to book a flight to go home and introduce your fiance to your mom. And she shouldn't take it as, oh, he's doing things without my permission. Oh, he's doing things without asking me.
Like if he's taking her to Vegas, that's fun. That's a surprise vacation.
Right.
If I booked something for you and you were upset over it, I would be like, well, you don't deserve to go.
I mean, but again, I might be upset because you don't know my schedule and I have actual obligations during the week, right? I'm not saying you don't. I'm saying hypothetically.
Yeah.
Thais has nothing to do. So, she shouldn't be upset if it's like, hey, tomorrow we're getting on a plane to go to Vegas. What else were you going to do? Sit in this house and twiddle your thumbs?
Very true.
You weren't going to work. You weren't going to do anything. So I don't understand her frustration. I understand the frustration in this next part where she says, all right, one thing. If we get married, John needs to leave the house immediately.
And Patrick, which I also agree with, he's like, I cannot just kick my brother out on the streets. Like, he'll eventually move out, but you can just kick him out. He's the only family I have around. Like, I don't have anyone else. Mom's going to pass away soon. Like, John's been there for me after the divorce, right? you don't just kick your family out.
And it's a good quality that he's got his family's back. I think it speaks volumes of how he'll be as a husband. God forbid something happens between the two of you.
Yeah.
And you go your separate ways. Maybe he won't just kick you out to the curb. He'll be like, you know what? There's room in this house. You could stay here. We could solve things or work things out or take your time. It shows he's a caring person and he can put other people first who need a helping hand. And Thais is just like, you always say no when it's something I want. This is not a reasonable ask of someone to kick your brother to the curb immediately.
As I'm watching this, I'm kind of thinking like, you should probably go home. Like you'll be happier
That's what I'm saying.
in Brazil.
And if I was Patrick, I'd be like, here's your plane ticket home. I just booked something else without asking you your plane ticket home. Because she's so ungrateful, I think. She's so unfun. They've gone on these amazing vacations. They've had everything that you could ever want. And she's still finding reasons to complain. It blows my mind. And Patrick's like, well, I don't want John to be gone immediately. Let's give him 3 months, which is reasonable. Right? Even I feel like if you're getting evicted, you get time from your landlord or from
No,
whoever.
absolutely. Or built John a little house in the backyard. No?
I mean, I agree. John should eventually get on his own 2 feet.
Sure, but he's still family. Like you should see if he needs any help. Like if Patrick can help him and John needs the help and he looks like someone who does need the help.
To a certain extent.
Yeah.
He's very capable of having a job, taking care of himself. He's home alone while they're in Florida or when they were in Boston. So he's very capable of staying alone by himself, living on his own, working a job. He doesn't need so much of a handout from Patrick. So I'm with him when he says 3 months and he'll be gone, or give him a 3-month window. That's cool.
Yeah.
Patrick says family is important. John's my only family here. And Thais is like, well, family is important to me too. So let's bring my dad to live with us.
And Patrick's like, sure.
Easy.
Yeah.
And this is something we talk about all the time with your parents.
Yeah, John does not want them to live with us.
No, not permanently. But if we had a situation where there's an apartment in the back or a multifamily or a house next door or something, they don't need to. We are adults. They're adults.
I agree.
I don't think they would want to live in our house.
No, I do agree, but we'll need to figure it out one day.
But that's what Patrick says is sure, he's more than welcome to come live here. I don't think he would want to come live here, which I don't think so either. I don't think this man wants to be any closer to Patrick than he needs to be.
Speaking of that man, let's get there. It's one day to the wedding.
Yeah.
Right? They're driving to Orlando and Thais is like, I love you. And he's like, I love you too. Like, so she clearly loves him, but I think she's still thinking about this whole thing, right? So they get to the hotel and Patrick is like, I want to talk to your dad. Like, I just want to talk to him, explain to him that I love you. I want to make this work. I want his blessing, right?
Yeah.
Let's just do it. And I thought it was so sweet and so considerate. Right?
It shows that he's putting effort in, right? That's not the easiest thing to do. Now you know this guy doesn't like you.
Yeah.
But you're willing. You're the one raising your hand going, please, what can I do to help facilitate this? What can I do so that you feel better? What can I do so your dad feels better? All Thais is doing is sitting and stewing and going, I don't know. Should I get married? Should I not get married?
Yeah.
Do I want to? Don't. And Patrick is actually taking action and trying to come up with solutions to make it better. And he's like, yeah, let's FaceTime my biggest enemy. Let's FaceTime Carlos. And they do. And he gets right into it. And he's like, I want to talk to you. I want to have a good relationship with you. And I want to ask for your blessing in marriage.
And Carlos is like, absolutely fucking not.
I do not agree with this wedding. You do not have my blessing.
And it was so dumb. Like, why, Carlos? Like, you clearly don't want your daughter to be happy. Like, that's it. You're being selfish. You want her to go back to Brazil. And then what? Like, if let's say she meets someone who's much worse than Patrick, who's an asshole to her, who doesn't respect her, who doesn't help her, who doesn't do anything for her, but he's gonna be in Brazil, that's gonna be okay?
Yeah.
Well, like, she's a fucking adult. Like, let her be. if she wants or if he wants a blessing and she is happy with him, just do it.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, Thais' face when this was going on was just like, I told you so. When they were talking, he's like, absolutely not. She's like, told you so.
But that's like, if she does it and stays in the US, that's going to break the relationship with her dad. And
yeah, because now she's going against. It would have been better just not to ask at all, right? What did I say weeks ago? It's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission. Because now you've asked and he said no. So now not only if you get married are you doing something that he doesn't want you to do, you're doing something he said not to do.
Yes.
You made it worse.
In a way, but I get where Patrick was coming from.
Oh, I completely get where Patrick was coming from. I'm just saying she should be the one to say, we're getting married. She should tell him, this is the love of my life. We're getting married. Patrick can ask then, but this whole limbo of, I don't know, am I going to do it, am I not? She's basically saying, who am I going to side with? Should I side with my dad or should I side with Patrick? And she's setting herself up for a lifetime of misery with her dad.
Oh,
who apparently they were so close together. And that's why it boggles my mind even more, because if you're so close to someone, you should have told them before you moved here. You should have respected him enough to be honest with him.
And if he doesn't agree, it's fine. Like, my parents probably don't agree with everything I've done in the past. Like, they love you. That's a whole different story. Like, we never had this issue, right? Blessings from left and right. But, I mean, even if my parents said, like, no, but it was for no reason, just because you're American, I would be like, that's dumb. Like, if let's say you abused me and then my dad was like, I'm not going to give this guy a blessing, I would be like, well, it kind of makes sense, right? But Patrick's done nothing but taking care of her, being there for her, flying to Brazil all the time to be with her.
Speaks the language.
Yeah.
I almost feel like Thais' dad would respect her more if she just stood up and said, here's what I'm doing. She's 25. She's an adult. I think at some point as a parent, you respect your kid for coming into their own and making their own decisions. If you're 17 and you're making shitty decisions and you're getting face tattoos or whatever, maybe that's not the most respectful decision. But if you're 25 and you're going, no, this is the love of my life, I'm going to put my foot down and I'm going to do what I believe in. I think as a parent, you go, wow, okay, I respect that.
I guess. I think it's hard to say for us because we both have very chilled and easygoing parents that they don't say anything to us that, oh, you should not do this, you should not do that. They say, well, it's your decision, you do you, right?
Yeah.
So you've never experienced when your parents actually say no to something this important.
Fair enough. Yeah, good point. All
right.
Let's take a quick break, if that's okay with you.
Sure.
We will refill our drinks and we will come back. We got some weddings to talk about. We got some drama to talk about. It's all happening after the break. We'll be back in a second. And we're back.
Hello, Jonathan.
Hello, Teresa. How you doing?
Doing well. How are you doing?
Doing pretty good. Fired up about this episode and just fired up about the season overall because we are coming to a close. And that always gets me a little anxious, a little antsy of what's to come. And then I reflect on where we've been. And it's just been a journey. I can just say it's been a journey.
That's true. I feel like we live through all this with these guys, right?
When I
we
look
experience these ups and downs and the craziness with them.
When I look and I see episode 16, I go, I'm no mathematician. But
that's for sure.
But that's over 3 months with these people. And that's a long time.
That's a long time.
That's a summer camp. That's the length of a summer camp.
It's longer than that.
Or longer. And man, do you make some good friends at summer camp that you miss and wish you could go back.
Have you ever gone to summer camp for 2 months?
No. Maybe 2 weeks.
Oh,
maybe a month at the longest. I went to sleepaway camp. It was awesome. Loved it. Loved every minute of it.
Me too. Did you shower in the lake?
We had showers in our cabins.
You didn't camp? That's not a summer camp if you're in a cabin.
No, we camped like 1 or 2 nights.
You had electricity? Ugh.
I think we had electricity. I think so.
I went to like real summer camp and we slept in tents. The only electricity
For how
we
long?
had 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks.
You spent 3 weeks in a tent?
Yeah.
It's insanity.
And we usually like did like 2 weeks in the tent, and in the middle, we did this game that, because I kept going to the same, more or less the same summer camp. We did this game when we split up into different teams, and then each team we went camp out in the forest, just like sleeping on the ground with our sleeping bags.
You didn't have a tent over you?
No. And then we created a little circle out of rocks around our tiny camp, each group, and we put a flag in the middle, and the game was called the Flags.
I think it was called Capture the Flag.
No, Capture the Flag. And then we were like running around the forest all hours in the night, trying to jump into the circle and steal other people's flags.
Was this like a week-long event, or was just one day is
5 nights.
Capture the Flag?
5 nights.
A 5-night long game?
Yes.
That's insane.
Yes.
That should be a reality show. I would watch
but
that
we were
show.
kids, right? And it was crazy. We each had these ribbons on us. And if someone like caught us with, I forgot all the details, but if someone like caught us with the other people's flags, they could like steal our ribbons. And that's kind of like taking lives away from you. So if you die, then you go back to the camp. So it's
Interesting.
5 days, but let's say if you die on day 2, you go back to the main camp.
Not where you were sleeping in the woods.
No,
There was
no. You go back. I usually lasted until the end because I'm pretty good.
Look at
right?
you.
I
Yeah.
used to like put mud on my face just so I could like blend in with the forest. Like
Wow.
out of control.
How old were you?
Like 12.
Wow. That's
Running around the forest with a
sounds fun.
flashlight, right?
Sounds very fun.
It was way before I watched Dateline, so my life was pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
The good old days.
Mm-hmm,
All right, let's talk about this next couple, Ari and Benny. And who knew Benny was a man of this many talents? We knew he could sing. We knew he could
Dance.
dance. We knew he could play the butt bongos. We learned he could sew. And now we find out he can cut hair.
Like he can literally, his doors are wide open. And let's not forget of his passion of fighting.
And he can fight.
Yeah. So
yeah.
he can do anything. Like I love it. Benny is so nice.
He's the ideal rent-a-husband. I don't know if you've heard of that business.
No.
It's like rent-a-husband. You call this guy, this business, and you get him to come over to he's a jack of all trades.
It's called like our husband.
Oh.
So you just pay him by an hour and he
Oh,
comes.
our husband. I thought you were saying our husband. I was like, is this turning into a brother-husband type situation?
But he fixes your toilet and he paints your door.
He can do
whatever you
anything.
need. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Benny seems like he could do all that and more.
Like Benny is so nice. He's like such a genuine, nice person. I
Mm-hmm.
love that. He's very positive.
I think so.
I love how positive he is. And compared to most of these people, he's very positive.
We're probably forgetting some very shitty thing he did. But for now, let's just think about the
Yeah.
positivity.
Let's just think about the positivity.
So he's giving Father Fred, a fresh fade because it's wedding day. And, well, you got to look good on your daughter's wedding day. And so, again, to just Benny's sweetness, Fred's like, how big of a tip do you expect, Benny? And Benny goes, the tip is a hug.
I love it.
Oh, Benny, come on. What are you doing? What are you doing to us?
Stop it. You're too cute. But then he's kind of like telling us about the wedding, and it's going to be in the Jewish temple because Avi was baptized, right? Yeah. So now he has to sacrifice, and whatever he said, you want to say? I think you want to say.
I'll probably. We don't want you to get canceled over here.
Okay, you say.
Yeah. So again, he's excited to get married, but not excited about the location of this marriage, synagogue.
But he had a sacrifice, and before he does, he asks Fred for a permission to marry Ari, which was very sweet, right?
Yeah.
And then he keeps on going.
He goes, this is my time to sacrifice this wedding for Jew. A Ferrari. This wedding Ferrari. Yeah, this is my time to sacrifice. Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
it was fun. He
beautiful.
did not mean it. It came out, I think, the wrong way.
And I get it. I sometimes say things to you that you're like, never repeated anywhere else.
Yeah.
But you love it. You love it. It's cute.
When you do it.
Yeah.
It's all about intent, and I don't think his intent was to say
No.
this wedding for Jew. Ari, this wedding for Ari.
I just think, like, honestly, I didn't even think he meant that. I just think that his English is really not good yet, and he just talks sometimes, and he just like blends words together into sentences.
He probably meant to say like, "Oh, a traditional Jewish wedding."
Yeah, I don't think he meant
Not
to
for
say
me.
this wedding for Jew.
Okay, take it
Ari.
easy. All right, take it easy. We're gonna get canceled over here.
No, we're not. We're just repeating whatever Binny said. Well,
Okay.
let's look at Ari, right? She's getting married.
First
She's getting
of all,
ready.
don't skip over the fact, and it's not a big moment, but when Benny asks Fred for his permission.
I just talked about it.
Oh, and he gets his permission?
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you just totally dismiss what I said right
Yeah.
before your big Jew sentence?
Yeah. I was kind of really
I
focused
literally
on
just
that.
talked about it, guys.
Really kind of focused on that. Okay. Cut to Ari. Cut to Ari.
Jonathan,
Cut to
yes.
Ari and Janice.
Yes, Ari is getting ready in her sister's house. Obviously, Janice is there. Ari is very calm, right? And what we learn is that apparently she did invite Mimi and Wish to join them virtually to make Binny happy.
Yes.
And then she's like, yeah, I mean, even after all the bad blood, I mean, I still love them.
Yeah. Which, okay. That's good. It's good to kind of
That's
suck
a
it up.
good
And
gesture. Like, yes, we all have some sort of enemies or people we don't love, but if those people are so important to your significant other,
Yeah.
you probably suck things up.
If it's family,
Yeah, if it's
you
family.
don't want to look back 10 years from now, 20 years from now, and have that hanging over you of, oh, yeah, we didn't invite them to the wedding.
I have to say, if I experienced something like Ari, that some of your family members threw wine in my face,
Yeah.
I think I would be having a very, very, very hard time inviting them anywhere.
Well,
but
you would just be upset that they wasted wine. It wouldn't
sure, I
be
would
the
be like, why didn't you throw in my
pour it in
mouth?
my mouth next time.
But yeah, it was big of Ari. I think after all the issues we've seen, it was big of her.
So we see Binny FaceTiming his family. And did you see the sign that was hanging behind them?
Congratulations.
It needed a little help with the kerning. It needed a little help with the spacing between. It was like con and then a foot of space. And then it was like gratch. And maybe they just wanted to highlight that they think this is a con. I don't know. But I was like, you could just
I
type.
think it's those are the signs that we hang for our birthdays. So
But
if you
need to,
don't
like,
space
pull,
them, yeah.
You need to pull the letters together.
Not everyone is so OCD as we are.
That's very true. Or
But-
CON as they are.
Yeah. Well,
Showtime.
now we see Ari's dress, and I really like the dress.
It was, I'm not going to say similar, but it was reminiscent to your dress.
Yes, a similar style of
With
my
the sleeves.
Yeah, I just didn't have a crown and sneakers. I had
Unfortunately.
heels
Yeah.
and leaves in my hair.
Yeah, I thought she looked good. She looked
Yeah, she
like
looked
she was
good.
getting married. Benny looked like he was ready to DJ the wedding.
Yes.
He looked more like the entertainment, the MC.
He did.
Than
I'm
the
like,
groom.
what is he wearing?
Yeah.
But it honestly, at the same time, was very Binny. I feel like if he was wearing a traditional suit, I would be like, this is a little forced on him. This is not Binny.
Yeah, he
I think
looked
that
sharp.
little gold and all that, those little design details, whatever you call it, I think that was very Binny.
Yeah, and it looked good on
Yeah.
him. So, cut to Benny waiting at the altar, or as you might call it, Greg, a chuppah.
Chuppah.
A chuppah. You know what movie that's from?
No.
Meet the Parents.
Is it?
When Owen Wilson is showing the altar that he
it's
carved.
Meet the Parents too.
No, it's the first Meet the Parents. When Kevin is showing the altar
okay.
that he carved out of
Yeah,
a single
yeah,
block
yeah.
of wood, and he's showing it to Ben Stiller, and he's like, Greg, he's like, this is the altar, or as you might call it, a chuppah. So good. So
That movie's so good.
Benny's at the chuppah, and finally Ari appears. Fred and Janice walking her down the aisle. She's smiling, big and bright. Benny is all smiles too. It's beautiful.
And then we learned that the chuppah there is a blanket from Ethiopia
Yeah.
and a blanket from Ari's grandma.
It's a fabric, a Nutella fabric from
Fabric, yeah.
Ethiopia, and then a decorative curtain from Ari's grandma, which is
Yes.
beautiful. I mean, that's where the tradition starts,
Yes.
and it doesn't end there. They do something, and guys, you know I'm Jewish, and I've been to many Jewish weddings. I was
How
gonna
many?
say-
I've been to one. And not ours. We didn't have a Jewish wedding.
No, we didn't have a Jewish wedding. We did some Jewish traditions.
Yeah.
We did not do 7 circles.
No. I think that's really difficult.
I've seen Ariana Grande do 7 rings. 7 circles is new to me. And
Really?
so-
I've actually heard of that
You've heard
Jewish
of- I've
tradition.
never even
Absolutely.
heard of it.
No, I have.
Huh. So,
it sounds very, I knew about it.
so tell me about it because I looked it up.
Okay, who knows more about Judaism?
It's
Probably me. Probably me.
I was bar mitzvahed. I think it's me. So the 7 circles, I looked it up. Circling 7 times corresponds with the 7 wedding blessings and demonstrates that the groom is the center of the bride's life. It also symbolizes her protective care of her husband. It also represents these 7 circles, the 7 times Joshua had to walk around the ancient city of Jericho before the walls fell and the Israelites were able to capture it. The number 7 also has a spiritual power significance in the Jewish religion. I don't know where that's coming from. Sometimes when you give a check or you give money at a Jewish wedding, you end it with like an 8. If it's 100.
We did that to someone. I remember. I think it was your parents suggested it or something.
So that.
Oh, no, someone did it to us. And I was asking you, I'm like, why are we getting these strange checks?
Yeah. So that's just like a little something that is done. So 108.
Why not
18.
Why not 107?
That's what I'm saying. I've never heard of the 7 thing. I've heard of the 8 thing, which is why I'm just confused by this tradition.
I've heard of the 7 circles.
Well, look at you.
Yeah.
Hanukkah's 8 nights, right? 8 makes way more sense to me. I'm not a very good Jew.
Oh, I love Hanukkah.
I'm not a very good Jew. Anyway, they do their ceremony. It's beautiful. Mm-hmm. Love all the traditions. Benny launches into a nice speech about Ari finding him on the street. And
I didn't want to laugh because he was being just cute. Those are his vows, but the way he worded it.
Yeah, Ari also remembers the day I met you. We were walking down the street. I somehow got you to talk to me. I never thought we'd one day get married in a temple and live in New Jersey, but here we are. I love you so much.
Mazel tov.
And then with the final tradition, which is the one we did at our wedding, you smash that glass and you shout Mazel tov.
What was in the back?
In ours or in theirs?
In ours.
In ours. I don't want
your mom
I don't want to pull the curtain way back, but I think you can go on Amazon and just for safety's sake, you don't smash an actual glass. I remember it used to be a glass, and then I think it graduated to people who were stepping on light bulbs.
Okay.
Because that seems safer. And now I think they just sell kits that there's like some type of glass structure already in a protective bag. And so once you step on it, it's just, it all stays in the bag.
I know your mom kind of took care of it. I remember I was thinking of like smashing the love glass we have. But then you were like, oh, this is the love glass.
No, how dare you.
I know. No, we have the love glass. It's still with us.
The love glass, if you guys are new to the podcast, is the wine glass that we stole from a bar the night we were so drunk and then proceeded to tell each other we loved each other for the first time.
Yes.
Yeah, we still have that glass. We
call it the love glass.
Somewhat have that memory. All right, that is Benny and Ari.
Yes. Let's talk about the couple that I did not think was going to make it.
Oh, boy.
Let's talk about Eve and Muhammad.
So 22 days to wed. Eve is meeting up with her friend Rochelle to get their nails done and talk about how things have progressed since that fire ceremony. And instead of talking to Rochelle, I don't know if you picked up on this, like Eve's basically talking to the nail tech and making Rochelle just eavesdrop to hear what's going on.
In a way, because I think the nail tech was asking. They sometimes are chatty. I prefer when they are not chatty. But last time I went to a nail salon, I ended up chatting with this really nice Hungarian lady, and I found out a lot about her life. Mm-hmm. And so, like they can get chatty. They sometimes don't. But if you're going with your friend,
yes,
you should probably chat with your friend.
Okay. So Eve basically says, well, Muhammad re-proposed to me last night. Ta-da! And shows the ring.
So she has 2 engagement rings now.
I think both from Muhammad.
Yes. And, okay.
He probably bought him in bulk for any sponsor that comes into his life. He went to Costco, went to Amazon, bought 100 rings. He's going through them left and right.
Well, let me ask you this, and we'll get there. I don't want to skip ahead, but I think it's a good time to do it. When we get to later that day, I think she used this new ring as her wedding band. I don't know if you saw it.
And kept the engagement ring that she originally had. And then
there was nothing else on her finger, so I'm pretty sure that was it.
But when he proposed last week, she was wearing a ring already.
Yes. I think she's going to be using this one as her wedding band. the new ring.
Explain your thought process, because you would still have both on your finger. You still have a wedding band and an engagement ring.
Well, yeah, that's how it's done. But I
you're
think
saying-
she's going to have one on each hand.
But you have it on the same hand.
You should have it on the same hand.
Yeah.
But when Mohammed was putting the ring on her, there was no ring. But he put the engagement ring on her. That's what I'm saying.
Got it. I couldn't tell the
Forever
difference.
engaged.
I couldn't tell the difference.
I
Okay.
might be wrong, but this is what it looked like.
All right. Well, you were definitely wrong about belt. So who knows what you're wrong about the rest of this episode.
I think this was it, but let's see if our friends say anything else.
Yeah, let us know.
I'm open.
Let us know. So Rochelle seemed more supportive of this news than I thought she was going to be originally anyway.
Was she?
When she was sitting in the salon, she was like, oh, all right, good. Like, I'm glad he stepped up.
Well, she got concerned because Eve is saying, well, I'm feeling much better about this wedding today.
Yeah.
And Rochelle was like, you're feeling much better today. That's not a good sign. And then she kind of brings up all the red flags, like him calling her a sponsor, right? And then she kind of slips in like, by the way, you know, I was a runaway bride. You know, it's always an option. It's always an option.
I hate how she was wearing this like a badge of honor, that she was a runaway bride. And I'm like all for empowerment and you do you and do it's way better to run away than to marry the wrong person. But what would have actually been cooler, Rochelle, is if you broke it off before you were at the altar. If you didn't accept the engagement, that would have been cooler. She's like, I was a runaway bride, pretty badass.
Well, she said she ran away a day before. So
I know. So run away a month before. And maybe something happened at the last minute that was inexcusable.
We don't know. Yeah.
But I just didn't like the way she's like, running away. I was a runaway bride. You can be too. It's like, that's not good advice.
Well, I think she's just trying to show her, like, if you feel like you have to go through it now because everything's been set in place, I'm telling you that you don't. Like, there are ways out.
And that was actually a fine time to call it off because it was 22 days to wed. All of a sudden, we skip 3 weeks, or so it seems, and it says it's wedding day. And I wonder, a lot of these couples, they get down to the wire. It's 1 day to wed and then they marry. I wonder if because Muhammad was so antsy to get that green card, maybe it was 22 days to wed and 20 days left is our wedding day. Maybe they didn't wait till the last minute. Maybe because we skip. It goes
You're
22
right.
days to wed, wedding day.
And Eve is asking the nail technician, like, oh.
Right.
Like,
She's getting her nails done.
Yeah, like, I'm getting married, so something for the wedding.
Right.
Nails don't last you more than a week. Like,
Right.
looking nice.
So I bet you they got married a lot earlier than the deadline.
Possibly.
So wedding day.
Yes.
Eve and Muhammad are at the venue. This is Eve's dream venue. This is the castle. This is
the
what
castle.
This is what she wanted. The guests start to arrive, and before the ceremony, we have Muhammad and Rafe pray.
Yes.
And of course, Muhammad says, I would rather have a Muslim ceremony, but the call with my mom made me realize I'm here in the U.S. Eve is American.
Yeah.
It's her day.
Yes. Good.
Yeah, it's an important understanding that he came to, I think.
And so Eve is getting ready to, and we see Theron wearing a suit, being very excited, right? Which was very cute.
If we want to do outfits the segment, let's talk about what Rochelle was wearing.
I liked it. She looked fire.
Woo! Muhammad's head is going to explode. The dress might explode too, but Muhammad's head.
I mean, Rochelle.
Something's going to
I'll
explode.
tell you what, Rochelle looks really good.
Something's going to explode.
For her age, I'm just guessing she's definitely over 40.
You have no idea.
Rochelle is on fire.
You have no idea.
And we think she may have a little bit of a plastic surgery, right? But it's a good one. Like, she looks good. She doesn't look like Darcy and Stacy.
Oh, Teresa.
Well,
Agree to disagree.
I'm planning on being like Rochelle in a couple of
Agree
years.
to disagree.
I'm planning on being like Rochelle.
She's a little too much for me, is all I'm going to say.
Yes, but I think that's also her personality. And
all around she's a little too much for me.
I think Rochelle looks fire.
She looks good. She looks
Yeah.
good. She looks good. That's all I'll say. So Rochelle is helping Eve get into her dress, and Eve's like, I'm a little worried. This isn't as modest as most Muslim dresses, but it is a little more conservative. Unlike Rochelle's dress, she did try to cover up the cleavage. Mm-hmm. And then, as you said, we see Theron and we see Virginia, Eve's mom. And it was a super sweet moment. Everyone's taking selfies, excited before the wedding.
Yes.
Then we get to ceremony time.
Yes. So Mohammed is standing out there with Virginia on the side.
Yes.
Why was Virginia there? I didn't get it.
Maybe to be with Theron.
Maybe. You're right. And Eve is being walked down the aisle by her stepdad, Joe, and Theron.
Oh my God, how pretty.
Poor Theron did not like the suit, so he's rocking his cool shirt.
Yeah,
but it's okay.
I don't blame you, Theron.
Yeah, it's okay. And Mohammed is like, Eve is so gorgeous, even though she's not wearing a Muslim dress.
The prettiest sponsor of them all.
And then we see the sand ceremony, right?
They basically launch into this arts and crafts project, which I am a proponent of. I liked it. I thought it was beautiful. And
You know what I
liked
liked about it
explanation.
even more? Is that Theron was involved. Like, he had his own color.
And it was super sweet, and it was emotional for me because that's what the sand ceremony is. It's the combining of these lives to be one.
Yeah.
And Theron is a part of that family now. So I loved it. I thought it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Every wedding should come with a souvenir, and I thought this was a great one.
It's a great souvenir.
So I wish we had known about this a little earlier.
I mean, we had souvenirs too, so.
We had souvenirs. Not as cool as this one, but it was
You
nice.
stop it.
I
You
liked
stop
it.
it over there.
I liked it. So we took shots at the altar. We took shots of Slivovica. We did not mix sand. We
No,
mixed
but
drinks.
then we give people nice souvenirs.
Yes,
Like wine glasses.
Wine glasses.
Yeah, with our names and all that. We have them too.
I think we have an alcohol problem.
We probably do too.
So we're drinking at the altar. We're giving out wine glasses. Anyway, they do the sand ceremony. You're all combined now. You can't take it back. You can't separate the sand. I love it. I love the sentiment. And they exchange vows. They exchange rings. Muhammad cries. Did you see Muhammad's ring?
Yeah, the crown. Because he's her king.
He's the king.
She gave
King
him
of the
the ring
castle.
when he landed.
Yeah.
When he got to the house,
Yeah.
she gave him the ring.
King of the castle. So it makes sense that they got married
King
at
of
that
a
castle.
castle, king of a castle. I have a chair, I have a chair.
Why? You know your accent would be closer to Borat's accent if you didn't change your voice. If you just used your natural
No,
voice, you would be
stop
closer
it.
to Borat's voice than when you try to do a Borat voice.
No. King of the castle, king of the castle. I have a chair, I have a chair.
Now you sound like Natalie. All right. They seal the marriage with a kiss, and Muhammad tells the camera, I was waiting for this moment so freaking long. So glad to stay with my regular sponsor.
He's like, I have all the paperwork ready. I'm going to ship it tomorrow.
So glad to stay with my regular sponsor, not my fiance or my wife.
I think he was
regular-
joking, but yeah.
I don't think he has a sense of humor.
Well, anyways, then we see the reception next, and they're doing these interesting dances.
Here was my note.
Okay.
Muhammad's dance moves, where he just holds his jacket open and looks down at his dick. That's the Muhammad. Do the Muhammad, everyone. Hold your jacket open and stare at your penis.
Well, those are apparently classic Egyptian dance moves for traditional Egyptian dance moves for a wedding.
Oh, I've seen Walk Like an Egyptian. It was nothing like that.
Well, then
The montage.
Yes. So since he proposed, he's been trying to enjoy more things that Eve likes, and I died laughing
The
because you
montage
see
of-
him doing like this wild yoga. It's like wah,
Yeah.
wah, wah, and he's just like sitting there enjoying all this or not enjoying
No. Yeah. But he's more open to the ways of his
because
sponsor
he
now.
wants her to ship the paperwork.
Yeah. Here's one thing I didn't notice. I thought maybe I see it. Maybe I don't. Drinks. Alcohol. Was there alcohol at this wedding? I don't
know.
We didn't see any cheers or toast or champagne or.
Well, he doesn't drink, so maybe not for
I know.
them, but
But that's a big sacrifice for Eve if she was
Yeah.
like, no drinking at my wedding.
yeah.
I feel like Rochelle wouldn't show up if it was an open
No,
bar.
I think
so
there are probably drinks for the guests,
there
but
must be.
yeah.
All right. That is Eve and Muhammad. Wow. Who would have thought? Who would have
Yeah.
thought?
Let's see what's gonna happen with them.
I know, because yes, guys, we've seen the WhatsApp messages. We've
Yeah.
seen the Muhammad going back and forth. And I think it was June. So I think it was like a month or two ago.
Oh, really?
So they could have gotten married. He could have filed and then he could have left and he could be chatting up some other ladies. Who knows? Or it could all be fraudulent.
Yeah, who knows? We'll find out.
All right. Next is Jibri and Miona. 1 day to wed.
Yes, so they are arriving to Joshua Tree, and it's been raining, and Miona is like, I did not expect rain at the desert. It's like,
it's like rain on your wedding day.
you love Alanis Morissette.
Yeah, that Airbnb looked nice.
So nice.
I want to stay there.
Must have been expensive.
I
Joshua
know. That was
Tree.
my first thought is I want to stay here, and it's probably too expensive. But she booked it, and Jibri was proud of her for
Jibri's like, I'm so
booking it.
proud of her finding this house, and if we want to have a house like this, her makeup line better take off. It's like, what about you doing your music, dude?
Yeah. Well, 2 incomes.
Well, knock knock. Grandma Cheney's here.
Reverend Grams.
Reverend Grams is arriving.
You know her name is Shane, right?
It's not Cheney?
No, it's
I
spelled
thought
as Shaney, but it's Shane.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I went with Cheney, but Grandma Shane's here, right? And yes, she'll be officiating. I'm curious. Was she riding in the trunk? Or did she fly?
You don't think she could possibly drive her own car?
You think she drove?
It's kind of far, isn't it?
It is
I think
far.
she flew because Jibri was offering to get his mom a flight.
Yeah.
I would imagine Grams
Yeah.
flew. But she's in it, right? She's officiating the wedding and she got ordained. She's all in. She's taking it very seriously.
She got a haircut.
She got a haircut. She wrote the ceremony, everything. And it's great. I'm glad that there's some support
Yeah, absolutely.
from the family.
And she's chatting with Jibri and just kind of Jibri's asking her if she thinks his parents will come, and Grandma's like, you never know, but I wouldn't count on it, right?
Yeah.
So he's just being appreciative that Grandma is there and then she supports them.
Yeah. So then we get to the big moment of their segment when Jibri FaceTimes Mother Mahala. And Jibri says it's beautiful. Miona booked this Airbnb all by herself, right? Verified host, 5-star reviews, beautiful. And he says the only thing that's missing, you and Dad.
And it was kind of sad because he's like,
It was sad and it was infuriating all at the same time.
well, what was infuriating was the fact that
I think it's getting
Mahala,
worse, Teresa.
really, you said
Infuriating.
infuriating.
There you go.
What was infuriating?
Oh,
Stop it.
Give ahead 15 seconds.
Was the fact that Mahala said, I'm sad I can't come, but I'm really sad, but Jibri is like, what if I just fly you in, right? Fly you in, you and Dad. Like, what about you just get on the plane tonight? And she's like,
I just can't.
you know what? I just can't.
I just can't. I'm sad.
She's like, I'm sad I'll miss this big moment in Jibri's life. And we know in 20 years we'll look back at this and I'm not going to have this memory. So why don't you fucking go?
Go.
Right? And that's why it was infuriating.
She tells the camera, I'm sad, but really I'm hurt. The decisions Jibri and Miona have made created distance, and I have to do this to protect my heart. What? First of all, this isn't about you.
Yeah.
Protecting your heart. This isn't about you. This is your child's wedding. And you're trying to teach him this strange lesson by not going to his wedding. It's bonkers. Is this the type of therapy you're practicing, Mahala? Because this is insane. I hope you're not a family counselor because you're going to drive families apart.
I'm still trying to think, are they going to show up? But I doubt it.
I think they have to. She's acting like it's her son. She's acting like it's her ex-boyfriend. Like, I have to protect my heart. He made some bad decisions. I have to protect my heart. It's your son, not your ex-husband.
Yeah. I mean, Jibri says, it's my mom. I think she should drop everything and be there for me.
I agree, Jibri.
But if anything, he got a blessing. He got a blessing from Mahala.
Yes.
She's happy for them. That is her blessing, unlike other people.
But that's bullshit then. Don't sit there on camera, on FaceTime and go, I support this wedding. I bless this wedding. I hope you're happy. Then be there. If you're willing to bless the wedding, then be there. If you were sitting there still going, I don't approve of this. I think this is a bad decision. I can't support this. Then I get you not going. If you're going to sit there and support it, then be there and support it.
I agree.
Crazy.
Oh, well.
All right.
Last but not least,
Ooh.
Emily and Kobe. All right. We started the wedding venue when they're preparing the tables.
Finally, we get a wedding. It's not Rock City. We get to see them prepping this venue, this table.
Did you see they have like Ferrero Rochers on the tables?
No. Oh, keeping it classy. Really?
Yeah.
That's the bomboniera you told me not to get your grandma.
Because we all love it. We have it in Czech. I wanted you to get something American.
And I sure did.
Because every birthday, I either got Raffaello, bomboniera, or Ferrero Rocher. Everyone knows that I love Ferrero Rocher.
Yeah.
So that was the bomboniera of my choice.
Got
Sometimes I got Merci. I also saw it in the US.
Oh.
But a typical American bomboniera.
What about Lindt?
No.
Oh.
We have our Czech bombonieras too.
I was at Target like 2 days before I was flying to Europe, looking at all of the bombonieras and going, which ones aren't?
Which one did you end up getting? I kind of forgot.
It was one from California, so I knew that.
Was it shaped as shells? Because those are good.
I don't know what it was.
But we have those in Czech too. I feel like I know looking at the one you got, I'm like, yeah, that's my grandma never had this.
So there's like Russell Stover, which I didn't get. That's pretty basic. There's Lindt. There's Ferrero Rocher. Say that one.
Ferrero Rocher.
Yeah. And then I'm trying to think. Let me look it up. Chocolate company.
Bomboniera.
No, I'm just going to look up. Yes, candies. No. I don't know. This isn't that interesting.
But the one you got for my babichka was good. I'm sure she
Ghirardelli?
enjoyed it.
Was it Ghirardelli?
Oh, that's a good chocolate.
It may
Yeah.
have been Ghirardelli. I don't know chocolate. But anyway, they had bombonieras on their table.
Yes, they had bombonieras on their table.
Beautiful.
They're just those little pieces.
Oh.
Because Ferrero Rocher is
Oh, with like the little like
individually, those balls
like the
individually
little
packed.
cupcake tin underneath it?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, the little balls of foil.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's the cupcake thing underneath and then it's wrapped in a foil.
And there's just singles all over the place?
Yeah, I thought it was cool.
Oh, that's tacky. No, I thought each setting had its own box of chocolates.
No.
Oh, I don't support that at all. Give them
It
all.
was like each, hold on now, for it's
boy.
taking me to Amazon.
Oh, boy.
It's a bad idea because I might put it in my cart. It was like each of these balls, like all over the
That's not
tables.
cool. If there was
I thought it
one,
was
if there was
cool.
one of those cases at each seat, that's cool.
No, then it's like it's a big box of chocolate.
Yeah, but it
like,
looks anyway. Looks beautiful. All right. So then we see everyone at Emily's grandma's house getting ready for the wedding. It's a rehearsal dinner, right?
Yes. And I loved how everyone was wearing these traditional outfits that Kobe brought from
Yeah.
Cameroon. Emily was wearing one. I think her sister was wearing the same dress. Kobe, Emily's dad, everyone.
And again, let's not forget Emily is pregnant, but
Yeah.
they're keeping it a secret because Emily's parents paid for the wedding and she wants them to have a good time. So she's not going to share, even though Kobe is like, I think we should
Yeah.
share. Emily's like, no.
Bad idea.
And I have a plan. I bought non-alcoholic beer so no one will catch on that I'm not drinking.
Bad idea.
Bad idea. Okay, so we're at grandma's house. The entire family is there, like a lot of people, right? Tell me one thing you noticed. Let's see if you noticed what I noticed. Putting Therese on the spot a little bit. I thought you would notice this. Everyone's inside. There's probably 40 people in there.
Yeah.
And they're all wearing masks.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So here's my conspiracy theory. Everyone knows Emily's pregnant. And they want to protect her and the baby.
Oh, interesting.
Why would you be at a house party? Everyone's eating, drinking. You're all wearing masks?
Because they're random people and it was in the midst of COVID.
I don't think it was that
And-
random. It's your family.
Okay, we were wearing masks too. I was very concerned until we get vaccinated and all that, right? Until I basically started feeling safer. I was wearing masks too.
I know.
You don't know what, like, I think it was fine. And maybe it was grandma who said, hey, you're in my house. I'm older. You please wear masks.
I'm going to go with that. I think Emily told everyone she's pregnant. And they're just trying to protect her. That's my theory. Anyways, yes, as you said, Kobe, family, they're all rocking the traditional outfit. And Emily says she was going to drink non-alcoholic beer. She was drinking like a margarita, it looked like. I don't know if you saw that. It was like a virgin margarita, I think. Then she switches to beer, though. And they go outside to talk. And she goes, you have any doubts about tomorrow, Kobe? Anything bothering you that you want to share? And Kobe's like, no, we were separated in China and it was tough. And I came back to you. And I think that should mean a lot. And that should say it all.
Like they separated because they had to leave China?
Yeah, I don't think it meant they broke up. Like they spent time apart.
Yeah.
That was difficult. It proved to them how much they love each other. And he made the effort to come to the States. And that should show you how much I love you and how much I want to be with you. And Emily's like, well, all these things are coming out. Like you want to move to Ohio. And I need to know. I don't want to find out a year after marrying you what's going on.
And Kobe feels insulted.
He's like, what do you mean? Like, do you think I'm here for the benefits or what? I'm here for you. And it's infuriating. It's just as infuriating. I'm sorry to keep using that word, Therese. I know you're probably getting jealous of my command of that word.
Infuriating.
It's just as infuriating as Thais because we're hours from the altar and you're going through this line of questioning whether you think he's here for the right reasons or not. Crazy.
It is crazy.
At this point, you should just be on cloud 9, so excited, so ready to marry the love of your life. You shouldn't be pulling him aside to be like, anything you need to tell me? Are you sure you want to do this? It's insanity.
It is. And she said it herself. She's like, yeah, I can't imagine marrying anyone else but Kobe. So if you can't imagine, why are you questioning it? You do have a child together. You have another on the way. You really think he's going to leave you to live in Columbus, Ohio, in a one-bedroom apartment with temperature?
It all goes back to what I said episode 1 with her. It's just her lack of confidence.
Yeah.
She has no self-confidence. And so she needs this constant reassurance that, no, I love you. I'm here if you. I wouldn't do anything to hurt this. And so that's what she's doing. She's doing it at the worst time. And Kobe even goes, if you can't trust me on the eve of our wedding, I can't accept that. And he gets up and he walks away.
Yeah.
I kind of say rightfully so.
Yeah,
but this is not the line of questioning you should be addressing the night before your wedding.
Absolutely, but they are going to tie the knot.
I think so.
I think so.
Especially, baby on board, baby in belly.
Yeah, I hope they can talk things through. Not to say that they should be together, but they have kids. So they should be together. Or they should try to make it work.
Yeah. All right.
Woof, woof.
That's the episode. That's a dog, I guess, that we just adopted. I don't know what that was. Thank you, guys. We hope you enjoyed the episode. We hope you enjoyed the podcast.
Yes.
Again, it is the first of the month, the best time to sign up for Patreon, patreon.com/married to reality. We got the bonus of 90 Day UK up there on the family affair level, audio and video.
And if you sign up today, you have access to all the previous Sister Wives episode that if you want to catch up. So
video,
it's all there.
Audio.
Well, video for the family affair, audio for the Cousins Club.
And family affair.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all ad-free episodes up there for every level. It's a whole bunch of great stuff and even more to come.
It's us not doing housekeeping.
We don't do housekeeping, so we don't do this, basically. So check it out, patreon.com/married to reality. Thank you to all our patrons who are there already. We love you guys so much. We love you guys. Everyone who's listening to us, we really appreciate the support. We appreciate the support on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. We appreciate the reviews, Jax. Okay?
Yes, that was beautiful.
A lovely review. And one last thing, if you haven't followed the podcast yet, on the app or platform that you're listening on right now, it's so easy to do. You look down, you smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's as hot as this freaking season.
Whee!
Because it is hot. It is hot. We enjoy it. We love it.
Steamy.
And we're in the finale. I think the last episode before the telos next time.
Yes.
So, woo, woo.
Woo. What a season. All right. That is it. We've said it all. Have you said it all?
I said it all.
That means we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.